The darkness continues.
I am woman. Hear ye war.
Normally, I would not even weigh in on this frivolous female flagathon, but I think I would be doing the brothers a disservice by staying silent, especially when brothers that I'm subscribed to have been targeted by the League of Lying Ladies. They call brothers out by name. They've even constructed a list. They are heated, growling, scowling like banshees. All for what? Because black men have been giving them more than they can stand. But how is that possible? These strong, powerful, confident broads with their good jobs and their white men and their belief of how magnificent they are. You mean to tell me that these black men you call weak, sorry, ugly, lame, uneducated, and unsophisticated have you ladies so enraged that you're out for digital blood? So hurt, you have to run to White Papa and tell him to make the black men leave you alone. But there's some history to that. Isn't this what many of them do anyway? Run to the white power structure for protection, assistance, a way out? But this is different. They're after censorship. Strategic digital censorship. Who's ever saying anything that they don't like should be silenced, shut down, and sued, while all the while saying whatever they want about whoever they want, whenever they want. This isn't even hypocritical. This is hypotypical. These she-lions command their pride to growl and snarl at anything black and male. We are called lazy, losers, lacking, lifeless. To hear the words real man come from the jaws of these feminine felines almost seems comical. Especially when most of them don't even have a clue about being a real woman. If they did, there's a good chance that so many of them would not be manless. You can say what you want about the brothers, but a brother can always get a woman. And even when he can't, he's not crying online about it or justifying their loneliness by blaming women. Isn't this what it is all about? This is what it all comes down to anyway. Forget YouTubing, Facebooking, and the digital world in a whole. Think about it. Would any woman even care about what internet strangers' opinions are if she was recovering from a night of getting her back blown out? I couldn't imagine a broad typing on her keyboard while giving skull, or texting on her iPhone from doggy style. I know, I have a woman. She doesn't give a shit what YouTubers say, because at the end of the day, she knows she has access to a penis, testicles, fingers, and a tongue. You think these women would be on some Kill the Men Voices crusade if they had some vaginal relief? Do you think they would rather be head hunting or giving head? Breathing fire like dragons or breathing heavy while their crotch is getting stretched? Instead of constantly trying to compound black men's issues, they really just want to be pounded by black men. What woman doesn't? White women do, but black women don't. There's nothing more deranged than a backed up black girl, especially when she's come to terms with being backed up for a while. She's gonna blog, tweet, post, snap, anything to justify her own mental masturbation and her vaginal masturbation. Yeah, I said it. Playing with themselves so much they've got calluses, then posting in bold letters how they don't need a man. You may not need a man, but you definitely need a man's influence, a man's perspective, a man's touch, a man's dick. Of course they're upset. You can only date a vibrator for so long before you're blaming it for all of your problems. If they do happen to get lucky and get a man out of his clothes, that doesn't last long because they're not feminine enough. They're not demure enough. They're not conscious enough. They're not ladylike enough. And many of them just aren't pretty enough. They can't deal with men. They don't know how. Especially men who don't placate and treat them like they're the damn Queen of England. How do we know this? Because these are the things that they say, along with I'm strong, I'm powerful, I'm educated, I'm beautiful, I'm perfect. Yeah, we know. So strong, so powerful, so educated, so perfect, that as soon as something hurts your feelings, what do? Start foaming, crying, and spitting at everyone, even brothers who have never said anything about you or to you. I thought lionesses were fearless, formidable felines, circumnavigating their way across the plane of life, seeking prey, not crying like infants who've had their bottles snatched away. It's whiny, it's bitchy, it's pathetic. Then to top it all off, these lionesses brag and boast about who they took down, who they got blocked, who they got banished, practically dancing on brothers' digital graves, up until the time it's revealed that most of the flaggings had nothing to do with these grieved out girls, less to do with their digital due diligence and more to do with YouTube's fluctuating algorithms. But of course, now the story has changed. They say it's not us, it's YouTube. So what happened to the lawsuits and the takedowns and the clawing of faces? Didn't happen, did it? This spectrum is too big for small minds, even if they're accompanied by big emotional egos. Did all of that work, spent all of that time, just to accomplish a big old zero. Don't get me wrong, I'm not part of the woman haters club. I'm surrounded by black women. I got a woman, 2 daughters, 1 stepdaughter, and 2 granddaughters. I even have women on the T.P.O.T team. And if any of them ever pulled the crap that was pulled by these women, I would take great issue with them in the same manner. Why? Because strong women shake it off, shrug it off, keep it moving. If any of these people were as strong or confident or as happy as they say they are, the brothers on the screen wouldn't faze them at all. They would snarl and keep stepping, not snarl and start flagging. They say you are judged by the caliber of your enemies. Doesn't say much for you if your enemies are these weak little men that you talk about. But we know this is not true. The fact is, what the brothers say does matter, does have meaning, does provoke thought. It's a new day, and black men are in front of this thing. What I suggest to you is this: don't watch what you don't like. Quit coming to people's channels just to complain about what they're saying. You don't like a point, counter it. If the brain food makes you vomit, don't eat it. Isn't that what men have to do? But you won't take this advice, will you? Because this back and forth, this black man's the enemy stuff, makes your panties wet. So turned on, but have to feign turned off. I can imagine how many pairs of underwear you go through when you record your stuff. Like the brother's commentary got you hot around the collar. More like this shit gets you hot and bothered. After a session of fraudulent flagging, you can't wait to get to that shower. Go to town with that water pick so much, it probably has a name. You thought we didn't know that that's your vibrator too? Your secret is safe with me. I won't spill the beans. I know it must be tough, being unmated and sexually agitated, especially when the brother's commentary is so erogenous to you. You cougars, you tigers, you lady leopards. This is not about you being big cats. This is about your little kitty cat. Give us some thought. You don't really want to roar across the internet. You want to roar while on your backs. Just too damn dishonest to admit it. You don't need less black men voicing their truths on YouTube. You don't need less people forcing you to take ownership of your own behavior. You don't need less accountability, culpability, or responsibility. More than likely, you need more. You need more self-examination, more self-reflection, more tolerance of criticism. Men have to, and that's according to you. And yes, you ladies definitely need more penis in your life. But until then, roar on, lionesses. Roar on.
Dark X. Now, what you think about that? I am woman. Hear me roar.
The front is stereo.
Open your mind. Now, what you think about that?
Only from T.P.O.T.